Hey guys, it's PM Mathis, your global indie author distributor. And as always, I hope that you're having a great day. Okay, so you know your girl goes live or was going live on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Well, what's happening now is I'm going to transition that out. I'm going to be doing videos for Wednesday, and then, of course, I'll be live on Friday and Sunday. Now, the video might post a little bit earlier on Wednesday rather than at 8 p.m., but you'll be able to watch me on Wednesday. That is the ultimate of why I'm doing what I'm doing, because why I need to get back into church, guys. I've been slowly slipping away, and so in 2020, I'm deciding that I'm going to be better, okay? So I'm going to be trying to hit Wednesday night church service. So that's why the video for Wednesday night, okay? But we're going to continue on. So today I'm going to talk to you about watching your inner dialogue, okay? So let me tell you who I am and why I do what I do. I want to tell you my story about how you talk to yourself matters, and how been talking to myself over the years, how it matters, this big huge deal of why I'm still at a position right now in my life where I should be way past, right? So I have to get those negative thoughts out of my head that plague me, that just ultimately shut me down. And here's the biggest one, that people don't really want to hear my story. What do I have to offer? It's about rejection and abandonment that keeps playing on and on in my head. Now, that has not served me, because it keeps me limited. It keeps me from running hard as it relates to my business. It keeps me bound as it relates to building relationships with people and really getting to know people, because I just hold back from that aspect of my life and just truly, putting myself all in as it relates to loving people and being committed and showing up for people. Now, don't get me wrong, I am one to help. I am one for the underdog, but I don't jump all in, if that makes sense, right? So what I am doing now is counteracting that negativity with positiveness. I'm changing the stories that I tell myself, right? Because that's the ultimate goal of living a life with experience, coming out on top with wisdom. That's what this journey is about. It is about bringing somebody else with you. It is about advising and influencing the next generation. It's about having something worth sharing with other people, right? And so unless I am willing to get outside of my box, you won't know who I am, you won't know what I'm trying to do, and you won't have the opportunity to walk alongside me or allow me to help you create that own journey and path that you see that you're on. And it's all about collaboration. It's all about bringing people along. It's all about friendships and community, and really getting to a place that you really get to know somebody, not just on the surface of, hey, connect with me on social media, but really get to know people, really have a deep-seated rapport with somebody, right? So what I hope you take from this video today is, first, to discipline your emotions, right? You tell yourself how the situation will affect you. You have the right to decide how what somebody says to you, how somebody relates to you, how somebody reacts to you, or what they say to you. You have the right to decide how that's going to affect you. They don't have a right to decide that for you. And so why get all bent out of shape is what I say. Now, there are things that I will go toe to toe with you on. I promise you. Those things that generally relate to my daughter, okay? You don't look at her crazy. You don't talk about her crazy. None of that. Now, whether you love me, like me, or whatever, it don't really matter to me. And I say that with all sincerity. And I hope that that's not hurtful to people, because that's not what it's meant to do. What it's meant to do is I control how I'm gonna let you affect me, because why? I'm already taking high blood pressure medicine, and I refuse to let somebody kill me that don't even mean that much to me. Now I'm talking to you about that inner dialogue and building those deep-seated relationships, but I don't have to have you. I mean, I want to be in a relationship with you. I want to be able for us to have a dialogue, for you to influence me and me influence you. But if it's going to take too much energy, if it's going to throw me off track, if it's going to make my life miserable, bye-bye. So you have to get to that place. You have to be comfortable enough in your own skin to tell somebody, hey, listen, you know what, it's not you, it's me. You have to be willing to just walk away. And I know that just hurts people's feelings. Oh my God, that is so mean. But it's all about my health. It's all about my sanity. It's all about my heart. And that's what I'm telling you. You have to get to that place. You have to get to that mindset. You have to have the ability to look out for you. Because ultimately, people love you, but they're not going to look out for you like you're going to look out for you. Okay? Point number 2, discipline your emotions. Contain your emotions with it is a necessary or a slow down technique. Now, I'm going to explain both of these, okay? Now, is this emotion that you're actually giving to this situation or thing or what somebody said to you, is it actually valuable? Is it actually worth you changing this person's mindset, changing their heart towards you? Is it valuable enough to spend the time to get them to understand where you're coming from, why you feel the way you do? And if that's the case, and you can't be over the top, you can't be yelling and screaming, you can't be throwing stuff, you can't just assume that they're going to know what you're talking about. You've got to put in the time to get settled in yourself, because sometimes as women, y'all know we're over the top. Get settled in yourself and realize what you want to relate and how you want it to come across. I always have to take a step back and say, God, okay, is this about me, or is it really something that I need to talk to that person about? And if so, calm me down. That's that slow release technique, because sometimes when you're up here, it's hard to just come down, like boom, fast. So you have to give yourself some time to come down. So in those moments that you're having to come down, ask yourself these questions. Like I said, is it really about them, or is it about me? And is it valuable enough that I'm going to find a way to talk to them about it? Because if it holds no value to you, then walk away from it. Now, and I say that now, if it's somebody you love and it holds value to them, you have to be big enough too to sit and listen. Not voice your opinion, not get all defensive and tell them the reason why that can't be true. Be able to listen, right? And sometimes the slow down technique just means you need to walk away for a few minutes. Give me a few minutes. Let me get myself together, and we'll come back. We'll reconvene. Okay, so point number 3, discipline your emotions. Sit with the disappointment of not receiving the expected end, and then decide that you're going to come back. Sometimes in life, we just get all bent out of shape, and I'm saying that because this is me. I get all bent out of shape because things didn't turn out the way that I thought they should. I had made up in my mind how the conversation should go, how this thing should work out, and it just didn't do that. And so ultimately, I didn't process that well. That didn't set well with me, and I was angry, and I was mad, and I was disappointed, and maybe something could have been worked out, but I just refused to hear, and I refused to listen. So you have to sit with the disappointment, understand why you're disappointed, what did you expect, and then decide to make a comeback. Because it really could be in the fact of the relationship don't need to die, but maybe I just need to recorrect. And maybe at that moment I just was not sitting in the right place mentally or spiritually to receive, because maybe there was really something that you should have received but you didn't. And so now, hey God, give me the grace and the mercy and the ability to hear and to speak what needs to be spoken so I can be heard, right? So let's do a quick recap. Now, remember, all of this starts with disciplining your emotions. The first point is tell yourself how a situation will affect you. You have the right to command that situation. You have a right to command how you're controlling it, what you're going to say, how you're going to feel. Nobody has that but you. You have the ability to do that, right? Contain your emotions with the is this necessary, or the slow down, the slow release technique, right? So that just simply means, do I need to get all crazy about this? Is it really valuable? Does it mean anything to me? Or, hey, let me readjust. Give me a few minutes. Let me step back away from the situation. Let me decide what I need to do here, right? And then point number 3, sit with the disappointment of not receiving the expected end and decide to have a comeback. You decide if it's truly that big of a deal for you, okay? And then if it is, because sometimes it really is, then how are you going to come back from that? Because you can't literally wither and die. You have to make a comeback. You have to get past some of the things that really disappoint you and really flog you in life, okay? So I hope that that's been beneficial. Let me remind you that the worksheets for my live videos are on my website, right? Which is www.pewpartners.wix.com/PM Mathis. And you'll just have to give me your email address, and all I use that for is to shoot out you some encouragement, let you know some things that are going on coming up. I don't bombard people's emails, but in order to get the worksheets, because sometimes you just need to walk through some things, talk through some things, see it written out in order for you to move to that next level of life, right? And sometimes it's just somebody helping you direct the conversation and the mindset and what you should and shouldn't do, right? Or give you an idea, because I only make suggestions. I can't force your hand. I can't make people do anything, okay? Want to remind you also that I am on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And these videos will be uploaded on all 3 of those social media sites, okay? Because remember, on Wednesdays, it will be going to video. And so, because your girl needs to get back in church, right? But I will be doing live videos on Friday, which I'm calling that, I'm changing it to Recap Friday, and I'm changing it to Retell Your Story Fridays. And then on Sunday, it will be my live lessons, okay? And remember, your girl has 3 books. You Are God's Love Story, Daddy, You Can Hold My Hand, and Ordinary Princess. All of those can be purchased on Lulu, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Books A Million. Your girl has 3 ebooks that she's so excited about, and working on the 4th one. The first one is Tolerance No Thanks to Toxic Person, Place, or Situation. The second one is 10 Considerations for Staying Focused. With less, you get more. And the third one was a children's book, which is called The Day It Was All About My Feelings, okay? I'm also doing Young Living classes. I know that this is a lot, but your girl is trying to stay busy. She's trying to do big things in 2020, okay? Keep your eye on me, follow me. And also, I want to say this. I am going to be somebody's wife in 2020, okay? So don't be surprised when it jumps off when it happens. I'm just telling you to prepare you, because you're going to be like, oh my God, who's getting married? And this is crazy. You speak it, it comes, okay? And also, like I said, I'm doing Young Living classes. I'm doing one on the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. Excuse me. And then I will be doing a bonus class on CBD oil, because I know that that is the hot topic and people want to know. Inquiring minds want to know, right? So, okay, guys. I like to keep these, short. But love you. And I want to pray this prayer over you, and I ask you that you pray it over me too. Remember, it's coming from Romans 15, and it's the Message Bible. And it just simply says, pray for me, pray strenuously with and for me to the God the Father, through the power of our Master Jesus, through the love of the Spirit, that I will be delivered from the lion's den of unbelievers. Pray also that my relief offering to Christians will be accepted in the spirit in which it is given. God's peace be with all of you. So, hey guys, this is PM Mathis, your global indie author distributor. And as always, 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 I want you to what? Be blessed. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.